It's 94.7 FM. Our local guest segments are brought to us by Turnkey Nerds, 402-426-NERD. I'm Kelly Johnson, and we love having you be a part of our conversation as we do this Monday through Friday between 7 and 8 a.m. Re-airs from 3 to 4 in the afternoon. You can also find us on all of our social media. Today, I'd like to have you introduce yourself today.
Sure.
If you must love dogs. Is that one of your favorite movies?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It is
Okay.
a good movie.
There's a reason for that. So introduce yourself for us here.
Yep. I am Drew Bouvia. I am the owner of Gus Reagan Training. It's an obedience training here in town. Yeah, that's me, I guess.
So obedience training.
Yep.
You must not have kids.
No.
Okay.
I have a dog. Got a dog.
You got a dog. For those of us who have kids, we need, so that's a special, different type of trainer. But you specialize in training dogs.
Yep.
But you've been around the area for a while. Mm-hmm. So tell us your story.
Born in 1993 in Blair. Went to high school here. Graduated. Went to college over in Fremont. Came back to Blair and worked at the Cargill campus here in town. Worked at Woodhouse for a little bit. Saw a need for a dog training company here in town, and here I am.
Okay, so so you've been in the area, different jobs, working for other people is not your thing, is it?
Well,
you can do it, but
you can do it.
It's not the dream.
It's not the dream. Yep.
Not the dream. So the dream is, which is now fruition. You do at least part time. Is you train dogs, but it's not just training dogs, is
right.
it?
Yep. Nope. It's training the owners. I mean, I could train the dog every trick in the book, right? But if it doesn't listen to you, then it doesn't listen to anybody. So the more I can help you, the owner, the better it is for the dog and for you and overall everything.
So how does somebody get into dog training? Because everybody has a different approach, and there's a lot of people. Well, there's a lot of people who shouldn't try to train their own animals, but then that's why you're coming into place. Yep. But so how do you get to that point to really?
I got certified from a guy out in Georgia. He is I don't know if you ever heard of Cornerstone Gun Dog Academy, right? Okay. That's where I got trained from. I mean, I took parts of his program, took parts of other programs, and kind of worked what's best for me and what works best for a variety of dogs, right? I mean, you have a hunting dog, then you have a house dog. I mean, not everybody hunts around here anymore either, right? So big, small, skinny, doesn't matter, right? Every dog that I've had works for this program that we do.
Okay.
It's called force-free training, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's force-free. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm not going to force your dog to do anything it doesn't want to do. I try to make your dog learn how to make the right decision.
Want to be able to do these things.
Yes, want to be able to do the right thing.
Okay.
Right? I mean, every dog, there's not a dog that's bred that's meant to not listen.
Right.
They just have to be shown how to.
Right.
Right. I want them to make the right decisions, not the wrong ones. Right.
Okay.
The right decisions get rewarded. The bad ones don't.
Right.
So
it's like if you have a dog that likes to jump, if they want to get pet, they have to sit or something like that.
Something like that. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. And every dog's different. I mean, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Like I train, I don't know, half a dozen different ways for a jumping dog, right? Mm-hmm. Just whatever sticks for that dog and works for that dog is what I'm going to do.
Right.
Every dog's different.
Yeah.
So you got to mold to what that dog can do and what it can't do. So.
All right. So what if somebody wants to, or they just got a dog, or they have had a dog for a long time? You can train young and old?
Yep. Doesn't matter the age. I mean, obviously there's a ripe age, between, most dogs come home 8-9 weeks old. If you can start at 10 weeks old, that's probably the best time to do it, just because, like a child, every child's brain is that sponge, right?
Yeah.
So the younger they are, the better they are. But yeah, I've trained dogs that are 10 years old. Mm-hmm. You can teach an old dog new tricks no matter what they say.
Right. But again, you get a dog at 8 weeks old, you come home. Like you said, when you bring the dog home, is that the time to start setting up the appointment?
For the most part, maybe actually even before. I mean, everybody knows they're going to get a dog, right? Yeah. I mean, so get a hold of me. We'll figure it out. I can make anything work for that person's schedule for the most part. So
if somebody has a new dog, do you recommend give them a week or two to acclimate before really getting into
sure
things?
Do. Yep. It's just like anything new you bring home, right? You got to make it accustomed to your schedule. Mm-hmm. So give it that week and a half, whatever it takes, and then let's start training after that.
Okay.
There's things you can do in that first week too that really help. Potty training.
Yeah.
How to socialize your dog. There's a good way to socialize a dog and a bad way to socialize a dog.
Right.
So there's ways you do it that way too. And I can help with all of it.
You can help with all of that. So when somebody has a dog that they want to get trained, they contact you. There's got to be different levels or layers of training, goals and achievements that you're trying to get to.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, I have 4 different packages that I train off of, right? I have a basic obedience, then I have an advanced obedience, and I have kind of an a la carte thing, right? The older dogs, not every dog, most dogs know how to sit when they come to me, right? I don't have to teach your dog how to sit. It knows how to, but maybe it doesn't know how to walk on a leash, right? So I can help it walk on a leash, right? Or maybe you want to go lay down. I can help it go lay down and listen to you. Right. Same thing, jumping, right? Jumping things. I can help with jumps. I can help with things that people find annoying with dogs. That's what I can help with.
Okay. Now, or you also get into advanced things because you went through training with hunting groups. So obviously there's got to be a different layer and level there.
Yep. So a good hunting dog is an obedient dog, right? So you want to be able to tell that dog to do what it's going to do and to have it done now, right? Not when it wants to, right? So that advanced obedience package kind of goes in more of that, right? It's what I say happens now. And it comes to me from, a hunting standpoint. There's a lot of things that fly around with hunting. So you don't want your dog to jump up when there's a shotgun blast going off, right? Would be bad. Right. So that advanced obedience package it's now. It's not when the dog wants it to. It's now. So you have to have that basic obedience package. You have to have that foundation built, kind of like when you're building a house. You have to start with the foundation. That's what that basic obedience package is. That advanced obedience package is just another layer of that just solidifies everything to happen when you say it. Right.
Now, I already know the answer to this question, but I'll let you talk about it, is if somebody says, how long does it take?
Depends on the dog. I've had some dogs complete my program in 2 weeks. I've had a dog take 9 months. It's up to the dog. And it's also up to the owners. I mean, I give the owners homework every week, right? Go home, do this with your dog. The more homework you do at home, the faster it's going to go. Now, some dogs obviously just take to it fast. Okay. Some dogs are more hard-headed. Those are my favorite ones. The hard-headed ones, give me the challenge. I'm going to make that dog do what you want it to do.
But once they get into that groove and know exactly, then you're not going to be able to change them to anything else.
Exactly.
So it's like a strong-willed child right there. You get them in the right direction, you can't stop them.
Sometimes you just got to give them a little nudge.
Okay. So if somebody wants to learn more about you or the packages or how you work, do you have individual and group lessons or things like that?
Purely individual.
Purely
all
individual.
Private. Yep. All private lessons. It's you, your dog, and me. Right. Okay. You come to me and we go through everything. I've tried the group lessons and kind of like a kid at recess, you know what I mean? You'll have some play on the park, some play on the grass, some play, next to the teacher, right? It's chaos, and dogs learn better when they're individualized anyway. So I can actually focus for that 45-minute session on the dog, the owner, answer the questions that the owners have, work through some struggles that the dogs may have. Okay. Right. So it's all private.
All right. How do people find out or learn more or sign up?
I do in-home consultations with everybody. That way I can meet your dog in its own home, right? Every dog acts different at home than it does, when you go to Shields or something, right? I mean, when they go to Shields, they're scared to death. But when they're at their own home, their own 4 walls, they act normal. Right. I want to see that normalcy, right? Yeah. And then from the consultation, we book if it's, just one thing you want to get done or the whole package or any of that stuff. I mean, we kind of go from there. So how to get a hold of me? I have a Facebook page. It's at GRT Blair. I have a phone number. It's 402-889-1714. I have an email, grtobedience@gmail.com. Call me, text me, email me, message me on Facebook.
The basic ways. So, do you have a website yet or?
Not yet. It's coming.
It's coming. So that way we can Google.
We're working on that now. So.
Okay. All right. So again, and how many dogs have, how long have you been doing this?
Professionally, I've been doing it since October of 2022.
Okay. So a couple years now.
Yep. I've been training dogs my entire life.
Right.
Professionally, I have done 175 dogs in that, whatever that almost 2 years is.
That's quite a few dogs in that
it's
amount
a couple
of
of them. Yep.
And when you do that, so you do that on your spare time, in your evenings or stuff. Obviously, it has to be when it's convenient for the owners to be there as well.
Yep. So most people work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, right? So I open up my training sessions from anywhere from 2 p.m. in the afternoon all the way up to 8 o'clock at night. And it's during the week, on the weekends, some holidays. You know, if people have 4th of July is a good example. I opened up for a few hours on the 4th of July because most people are off.
Right.
Right. So it's really based on the client's schedule as well.
Yeah.
I use a scheduling app that they get to book all their sessions on. So.
Okay. And then with that, you know, obviously there's other things. You mentioned the 4th of July, so fireworks and things like that. You help work with keeping dogs calm during situations like that. Probably more of a hunting training, isn't it?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. A lot of it adheres from the hunting side of the things, you know, so it's, loud noises. I mean, high anxiety dogs, there's ways that you can help it. I mean, you can't fix a high anxiety dog. That's just that's just the dog, right? But there's ways that you can help calm them down, right? And it's different from using, you know, the CBD treats or the oils and stuff like that. There's stuff that you can train to help them calm down in those situations.
And to almost expect it and be able to get through it.
Yep, or just know that it's going to be okay, right? They hear a firework go off, the sky's not falling.
Right.
It's okay. We're going to make it through.
Okay. And so it's all just working with the mentality or the focus of the strengths of the dog, not you know, like you said, giving them interesting treats to be able to help help them in that way.
Speaking of treats too, I mean, I'm now making dog treats too. So
I
don't think anybody else in Blair does dog treats. So I mean, we do GRT treats. They're all natural. They're organic. They are. I mean, every season has a different design on them. You know what I mean? So we can do birthday cakes. We do treats. We can put your dog's name on the treats. We can do all that fun stuff.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
so,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then you also work with the animal shelter sometimes?
I do. Yep. Whenever they need some help going down there and getting some assessments done on their dogs, I go down there and I try to give honest assessments of all their dogs when they need me to. I know that they're overran all the time, right? So anything I can do to help them, I try to do.
Yeah. Okay. So again, you can find your Facebook page.
Yep.
And that's probably the easiest way now.
Probably the easiest way.
And you can message through there and everything like that.
Yep.
And we'll link your Facebook page to this interview as well.
Yep.
So
people can, they can call me, they can text me, they can email me. Like I said, my phone number, you know, if I don't answer, leave me a voicemail. I'll get back to you.
Again, it's all about providing a service that you don't have to go to Omaha or somewhere else to be able to get.
Yes.
You know, you find that this is something that all of a sudden we can do things closer to home, be able to support local, and that's why you're here.
That new dog park's coming to town this fall.
It is.
It's going to be a huge thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and you want to be able to take your dog to the dog park, but you don't want your dog to be scared to go to the dog park, right? So,
are you going to basically live there for a while?
I don't know. Christy and I have been talking about it a lot lately, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming in and talking about the service you provide right here.
Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it.